Hello viewers, welcome to the channel Amazing Civil Engineering Studies. In today's video we are going to discuss about building bylaws and standard size of building components. In order to be free from weathering effects and for better stability, the minimum depth of foundation is kept 1 meter, 3 to 5 feet, below the ground level. The width of the foundation should be such that the stress on the soil is within its safe bearing capacity. Minimum depth of foundation is around 5 feet for a small residential building from ground level, or at least 1.50 times the width of footing. Minimum dimension for plinth. Plinth height may be 300 mm to 600 mm, but 450 mm is more common. For waterlogging prone and important buildings, the minimum plinth height is 600 mm. With greater plinth height, the building gets a majestic appearance. Plinth area should be a minimum of 1.2 times the floor area of the building. The minimum width of the footing is 100 m more than the one above, and a minimum depth of footing is the depth of the standard brick, 100 mm. When a number of footings are to be provided, preferably their depths are kept equal. The width of the cement concrete bed of foundation equals width of the brick footing immediately above the concrete bed plus 100 mm plus 100 mm, i.e. 100 mm is the minimum offset for concrete bed. Minimum width of footing equals 2t plus 2j, where T equals thickness of wall immediately above basement level, not less than 200 mm. J equals offset of concrete, not less than 100 mm. Thickness of the damp-proof courses 20 mm to 25 mm. Thickness of the cement concrete floor is a minimum of 100 mm plus floor finish over it. Floor finishes are generally with 10 mm to 20 mm thick cement mortar or tiles. Ceiling height, i.e., headroom, for main rooms of the residential building should be 3000 mm to 3600 mm. For bath and WC, the ceiling height may be 2000 mm to 2750 mm. Maximum height of the building depends upon types of structure. The carpet area should be 50 to 65% of the floor area. Main entrance door of a residential building should be 1000 mm x 2100 mm in size. Other doors should have a minimum width of 900 mm and a height of 2000 mm. Doors for the garage are 2500 mm x 2300 mm, and for water closet and bathrooms are 600 mm to 750 mm x 1800 mm with the single leaf shutter. The size of windows depends on the total area of window openings required. The following guidelines should be kept in mind. Window width equals 1/8, width of room plus height of room. Glass area in windows should be 10% to 20% of the floor area of the room for good lighting. At least 1 square meter of window area should be provided for every 30 cubic meters of inside room space. Generally, the minimum size of the window is 750 mm x 1000 mm. The minimum size of the ventilator is 1000 mm x 500 mm in order to provide good ventilation for any habitable room. For bath and WC it should be a minimum of 450 mm x 300 mm. Its depth is greater than 450 mm or otherwise privacy is lost. Minimum room dimensions for residential building. Stairs. Rise in residential building equals 130 mm to 190 mm. Rise in office building equals 125 mm to 150 mm. Going 275 mm to 350 mm for public buildings. Going 250 mm to 300 mm for residential buildings. For selecting the rise and tread of a building, the following thumb rules are followed. 2T times R equals 550 to 650. T times R equals 39,000 to 48,000. The width of steps is 900 mm for residential buildings and is 1000 mm for public buildings. Number of riser equals total height of floor height of riser. Number of treads equals number of riser 1. Thickness of R.C.C. lintel beam 100 mm to 250 mm and 150 mm is more common. Thickness of R.C.C. roof slab is 100 mm to 150 mm. 100 mm is more common, and that of sunshades is 25 mm to 50 mm. Sunshade projection length in cm. Sunshade projection through 450 mm or 500 mm beyond the facing of an external wall. Width of the veranda is from 1.8 m to 3 m and the width of passage is 0.8 m to 1.2 m in residential houses. The height of the parapet wall should not be less than 0.60 m and not more than 1.2 m above the finished floor level. FAQs. 1. Quetzal. What do you mean by building bylaws? Building bylaws are the restriction laid down by municipal, urban development authorities and other government department taking into account the requirement of building and simultaneously ensuring safety. 2. Quetzales. Why are bylaws important? Bylaws are the restrictions which are for ensuring the proper building of a structure, taking into the consideration the safety and avoid any further damage might cause to building. Thanks for watching. For now, please subscribe, like, share and do not forget to press bell icon.